Okay, so episode 2 for In the Money podcast, and I'm excited to share this journey that I'm on from going from the average Joe to a poker pro. And I actually had a experience where I got to dive in. So I called up a bunch of friends. We set up a $20 tournament online through PokerStars, and it was around 10 of us. So I started playing, and I thought it was going to be easier than I thought. I thought I would just get like riding a bike. I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to get into the groove of things. I'm going to start playing how I used to play. And very quickly I realized that I needed to kind of go back to the basics of where I was. Now I was playing for a very long time. I was making a living out of it, but that was 10 years ago. And not that the game has changed much. Maybe there's some psychology with some new characters that are involved. People are trying to bluff more, or maybe the TV poker got people all want to make crazy moves. But I realized every time I was in a hand, the quality of the hand that typically I started with was not superior, and I feel like I was behind a lot almost every time. So out of 10 people, I came in 10th. I was the first one out of my own tournament, and it didn't feel good. So I went back to, I started reading a couple other books, looked up some things, and just really understood that the quality of my hand needs to be better when I'm starting out, when I'm in the right position. So hand quality is important. Position is really important. Now that I realize what I did, I know that okay, I can go into a game differently. So I did. So I played, the next day I played more tournaments. And it wasn't really until I diagnosed, because I recorded my session from the 10. It wasn't then until I diagnosed and really saw exactly what I was doing. And I was so ashamed. I was like, what are these moves that I'm making out here? What is going on? So I shared that. I broke it up into 3 parts, the hands that I played, and you can see that on my TikTok and on my Facebook. And I talk about how I played these hands, a little bit into the why I played the hands, but really it was just poor hand quality. So as I think about this journey of where I'm starting at and where I'm coming from, I have to go back to the basics, and the basics for me is positioning and hand starting quality. And with that, yesterday I'm proud to say that I hopped into another kind of sit and go, and I took it down. So I came in first place. I needed that win because I was a little discouraged on the coming in 10th place. And not that I would say my cousin gave me a little bit a hard time. He's like, oh, you thought you were going to take it down. Yeah, da. I was like, no, man, but I didn't think I was going to come in last place. Jeez, oh, man. So it's exciting to see how this is going. I pulled off a win, which I also shared in the on my other social sites. And I'll probably do an analysis of some of the hands I broke down. But I will say this, I got into the groove of some things. I was playing the hands correctly. I was watching chip stacks as the tournament progressed. I knew what people to get involved with, what people not to get involved with. I was very careful of the short stacks because they raise half their stack. That next call, I got to be ready to call. They're all in. So I felt like I was a little bit more keen, and having better hand qualities in the beginning allowed me to make easier decisions throughout the later rounds of the game. So my first advice for people starting out is make sure you are very selective with the hands that you're playing, because down the road on the later hand, down the streets, you'll realize that your decisions are made easier because of that. So I want to say thank you again for following me along in this journey. I really do appreciate it. I'm excited to go along here. I knocked out a win after my 3rd day of playing off of a 10-year hiatus, a 10-year break, and I'm happy to to get back into this. I'm excited. So, episode 2, thank you for listening. This is The Journey. Talk to you soon.